Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a like up. The bold and the beautiful spoilers suggest that something here just isn't making sense when it comes to Lee and her medical practices. That's because she operated on her niece Luna when she was rushed to the hospital after sustaining a gunshot wound. This came when she wrestled for the gun and shot Liam just for him to turn around and shoot her dead. Or at least, we think that she is dead right now. But here's the thing. A lot of people believe that Lee should not have operated on Luna, seeing how she's family. Did the bold and the beautiful writers mess this up? Or is there something they know that the rest of us don't know? That's what a lot of fans can't help but wonder. Of course, the internet certainly did have a lot to say about this storyline. Some have even commented with, if you think about it, Lee is not only Luna's aunt, but also adoptive grandma. Yes, and ethically, she shouldn't have operated on her. Dr. Benjamin should have. Lee should have operated on Sheila. Another critic of the show wrote, according to the American Medical Association, it's not illegal, but highly discouraged. My mother's nephew performed her hysterectomy. And then there was this comment as well. And as quiet as it's kept, half of the medical storylines on the show should have never happened just by nature of the ethics of working on family adjacent, cause sometimes it feels like Taylor, Bridget, Finn, and Lee are the only doctors in the entirety of LA. In the ever-spinning wheel of the bold and the beautiful, few characters bring the sheer firepower of intensity quite like Dr. Lee Finnegan. A woman of steel with a moral compass forged in flame, Lee was introduced as the biological mother of Dr. John Finn Finnegan, a poised, disciplined doctor who gave the Forrester family a new twist in their legacy. But lately fans are asking a serious question. Did the writers completely fumble Lee's character arc? From a fan-favorite maternal figure to an erratic, borderline vengeful enigma, Lee's portrayal seems to be unraveling at the seams, and not in a good way. What started as a promising character has, in the eyes of many viewers, become inconsistent, reactive, and veering off from her core. So what went wrong? Or more importantly, did anything go right? When Lee was first introduced, she was the embodiment of quiet power. With her impeccable credentials as a surgeon and her composed demeanor, Lee represented calm in the chaotic storm that is the Forrester Spencer Logan universe. Her entrance was subtle, but her presence strong. She was a welcome contrast to the emotional overdrive of many in the cast. We saw her fierce love for Finn when she secretly nursed him back to health after Sheila Carter shot him. Fans were shocked and impressed. Lee was bold, brave, and ingenious. She faked his death, outwitted Sheila, and risked her own life to save her son. At that moment, Lee became a fan hero. She wasn't just a mother, she was a warrior. The writers had created a new titan. After the adrenaline high of the Finn storyline, the writers seemed to scramble to find something substantial for Lee to do. And the result has been baffling at best. Lee went from a calm, measured woman to someone constantly angry, judgmental, and suspicious. Her interactions with Finn became colder. Her attitude towards Steffi, her daughter-in-law, went from cautiously polite to outright disdainful. Viewers noticed that Lee's empathy vanished, replaced by a rigid moral superiority and a growing sense of bitterness. Most jarringly, her scenes with Sheila became almost cartoonish. Instead of quietly scheming or showcasing the sharp intellect she once used to outmaneuver Sheila, Lee now often finds herself screaming, making rash accusations, or, worse, getting outwitted. The same woman who once fooled the most dangerous woman in Los Angeles is suddenly powerless and petty. A major gripe among fans is that Lee has become a plot device rather than a character. She's used to escalate scenes, drop judgmental one-liners, or add tension where there really isn't any. Her motivations are often murky, her alliances unclear. One week, she's protective of Finn. The next, she's criticizing him for choosing Steffi. One day, she's demanding justice. The next, she's disappearing from the canvas entirely with no explanation. These inconsistencies have left viewers feeling like the writers are unsure of who Lee really is. And that's a shame, because Naomi Masuda brings depth, nuance, and elegance to the role. But no actor can save a character who's constantly rewritten depending on the week's storyline. Lee had the potential to become a central matriarchal figure in the show, not just as Finn's mother, but as a force of wisdom and strength. Her dynamic with Jack Finnegan, her ex-husband who cheated on her with Sheila, was never truly explored. The emotional fallout from that betrayal could have offered months of dramatic, meaningful storytelling, but it was glossed over. What about Lee's past? Her career as a surgeon? Her personal life outside of Finn? Instead of building her character out, the writers boxed her in as the mother and never allowed her to evolve beyond that. And when Luna Nozawa was introduced, revealed as Lee's niece, many fans thought it was the perfect time to flesh out Lee's family tree, her upbringing, her values. But even that connection has been used more to benefit Luna's development than Lee's. Despite the missteps, there's still hope. Lee remains a striking presence on screen. With the right writing, she could be revitalized in a way that gives her the complexity she deserves. Imagine a storyline where Lee is confronted with a medical scandal, something from her past that challenges her ethics. Or what if she finds love again, forcing her to confront her own vulnerabilities? A deeper exploration of her roots, her values, and even her feelings about motherhood, especially given the emotional landmines of Finn and Luna, could. What fans want isn't perfection. It's consistency, integrity, a return to the smart, resourceful, powerful woman who once stood up to Sheila Carter without flinching. Online forums have been ablaze with fans airing their grievances. One user wrote, "I used to cheer every time Lee was on screen. Now, I just cringe. What happened to her strength?" Another added, "They flattened Lee into a bitter trope. Give us the brilliant doctor back." And these aren't isolated voices. Across Reddit, Facebook groups, and YouTube recaps, the sentiment is clear. Lee deserves better. So, did the bold and the beautiful writers get it all wrong about Lee? Maybe not all wrong, but they certainly lost their way with her. They created a compelling, multi-dimensional character, and then stripped her down into something barely recognizable. The good news is, in the world of soaps, redemption is always one scene away. All it takes is one bold choice. Will the writers give Lee the storyline she deserves, or will she continue to be a casualty of narrative shortcuts? Only time will tell. But fans are watching, and they're not ready to give up on Dr. Lee Finnegan just yet. Thanks for watching this video. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel and stay with us.